Episode 43 of 52 Axe Patterns. Cute. Yeah. I'm Ed with Redbeard Knife and Tool, and this is my story about the intricacies of restoring and hanging 52 different axe patterns. There's something intimate about bringing an old axe back to life. Some have been through a lot, and some haven't. And giving them a new purpose, whether it's hanging them on a wall or putting them back into service, I get to change their history. Every axe has a story. This is a sportsman's hatchet or sounding axe. We're going to call it a sounding axe because I think that's just a cooler name. There's also a lot of other sportsman's hatchets, but only this is called a sounding axe. A sounding axe is basically used, the timber fallers will use them on handles, and they'll kind of bang them on the trunks of trees to kind of listen for cracks, voids, bad spots, rot, whatever you want to call it. And it's on a pretty interesting handle. It's going to go on this 34-inch red oak Amish handle. I'm kidding. Anyway, it's going to go on this Whiskey River 14-inch. I don't remember. That's why I have a tape measure. A 10.5-inch sounding hatchet handle or sportsman hatchet handle, whatever you want to call it. And if you look, it's got, looks like ED0 or EDC, ED6, something like that, maybe a user stamp. And there's a very, very faint Craftsman patented stamp just above it. It's going to be kind of hard to see. I will zoom in so you can have a look. Yeah. So we're going to fit this for this. It kind of already sits on there a little bit. But we're going to fit it nonetheless. And I'm going to use, I think this is a 36. It's a fresh 36. I didn't want to break out a new 24 grit belt for this because I don't really think it's necessary. So we're going to get moving. Kind of going on already, just a little bit. It's going in like maybe about a 1/4 inch. So yeah, since I don't have a drift that small, I have a piece of wood that I used a while back on a different small hatchet, the oyster hatchet, and I kept this because I knew it was coming eventually. But we're just going to kind of keep going. I'm going to keep you here because it's not going to take you long. We don't need to do the back and forth. Getting there. I think we're there. My hammer. Yeah, we're there. See, by the time I get it sanded down, it's going to be just fine. That is about the cutest thing ever, I think. See if I got it. Yeah, popped it loose enough. There's a bunch of crap in there. But yeah, by the time I sand this down, it's going to go down a little bit. But let's go ahead and get a wedge made. I know most of them were normally put in with a little metal step wedge, but I want to put a real wedge in it because I think it, it deserves it. It's been around a little while, and so we're gonna give it a wedge. Well, first we got to measure it and then cut it. Let's see. My pencil. platen's not out far enough. There we go. I think that'll do just fine. Toss that over. That's a white oak wedge, by the way, and this is a hickory stick. I'm going to take it over and cut that right before we sand it, but for right now, we need to get a little edge on that head. It's been around a minute. I kind of would like to put an edge on it, at least a little one. So we're going to start with 36. And, I mean, this won't take very long either. It shouldn't. This thing is coming along really nicely. When I'm done getting this, I'm going to take you over to my vise, and we'll get the, I'm going to use my little pull saw to get the kerf cut. I didn't intend on this going along all in one take, but it kind of looks like that's the way it's going. Where are we at? We're at like 19 minutes. Not too terrible. Not too terrible at all. That's pretty nifty. I don't know where that red oak handle went. I'm going to bring it over. And we're going to get this kerf cut. Yep, there we go. Sometimes these little handles can be. There we go. Make sure I'm still in the middle. Yep. Easy peasy. Look at that. I'll take you over to the table. We're going to do this all in one take. What do you think? We're at 20 minutes. Yeah, we'll be done in no time. All right. I was using my sander over here for something. No, not that one. Yeah, that'll work. Doesn't need to be too aggressive. I think it's like a 200. I'm going to put the pad on it because this sounding hatchet handle has been in my shop for a very long time, and it's got some dust and dirt on it. way better. Way better. I'm going to turn my fan. I never turned my fan on. I forgot. It got hot in here. At least the little fan. Set that there. Get the head seated. Yeah. That's going to be nice. Got another hammer here. That's it. That's it. Let me go get it cut. I'll be right back. You know what? I don't even need to do that. I'm just going to do it right here. Just going to cut really close. I'm going to use the bandsaw. Don't go nowhere. Yep, that's cool. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I took us a little bit of, look at that. That is quite a little fitting. That's freaking neat. I think I'm just gonna leave it just like that. Let's put some oil on it. I'm not even gonna use gloves. Yeah. Little white oak wedge. It's cute. This whole build is cute. Let's just say that. Yeah. Little Craftsman Sounding Hatchet. That is really neat. And all of it was in real time. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh man, look, it's got a little bit of curl right there. I don't know if it was worth probably bringing it out, but I don't know. It's a little late now, but it's still cool nonetheless. This thing is so cool. Gives me the giggles. Yeah, that's neat. That is super neat. Episode 43 is in the books with this super cool little Craftsman sounding hatchet on the Sportsman hatchet handle from Whiskey River Trading. Got a little bit of curl in it right there. I know this was a quick one. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it wasn't exactly a quick one, but you know, it was just not a whole lot to it, and I was just excited to show you. I've never put have I? I have put together a sounding hatchet before, but if you guys see something you like, let me know. If you guys see something you didn't like, this is episode 43. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. I didn't check middle, but it's right down the middle. That's cool. And she's sharp. Like, comment, like, share, subscribe. That's the best way to support my channel. Next week's going to be pretty cool. Episode 43 is in the books with this cute little sportsman hatchet. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have a good day.